Welcome to one of the most thrilling coin discoveries of your life. Today, we're diving deep into the mysterious and ultra-rare bicentennial coins, ordinary-looking treasures with the extraordinary power to make you a millionaire overnight. Imagine carrying this hidden gem in your pocket, not realizing it could transform your future in an instant. Stay with us as we unlock the secrets behind this legendary piece of treasure that could change everything for you. First up, the 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter is one of the most remarkable treasures in American coinage, carrying with it a legacy of artistry, scarcity, and immense value. Unlike the common quarters we see in use today, this piece represents a moment in time when the United States was entering a new era after the First World War. Struck in 90% silver, its beauty and historical symbolism make it far more than just a coin. It is a time capsule of the early 20th century. While millions were minted for circulation, very few have survived in pristine condition, and that rarity is exactly what makes the 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter a coin capable of commanding life-changing sums of money in today's market. The design of the 1919 quarter is one of the most admired in U.S. coinage history. Sculpted by Herman A. McNeil, the obverse features Lady Liberty standing tall, clad in flowing garments, a shield in one hand to defend and an olive branch in the other to offer peace. This powerful imagery reflected America's values at a time when the country had just emerged from the trials of war. The reverse, showing a bold eagle in flight, symbolizes strength, freedom, and progress. Unlike later Washington quarters, this design was struck only between 1916 and 1930, making each date a significant collectible. The 1919 edition, especially when preserved in high condition, stands out as one of the rarest and most desirable. What truly separates the 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter from ordinary coins is the difficulty of finding one in excellent condition. These coins circulated heavily in everyday life, used to buy groceries, pay for transportation, or tucked into piggy banks. As a result, most of them are worn, with Liberty's gown and facial details almost completely erased. Collectors prize those with sharp detail, especially coins that show Liberty's full head, a marker of strong strikes. These scarce high-grade survivors are the ones that shock collectors at auctions, sometimes selling for hundreds of thousands or even millions depending on grade, luster, and rarity of variety. Imagine the thrill of discovering a 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter in your possession, perhaps hidden away in an old cigar box, inherited from a relative, or overlooked in a collection you thought was ordinary. The idea that a coin once worth 25 cents could today be worth unimaginable wealth is what makes coin collecting so emotionally engaging. It is not just about the monetary value but also about the connection to history and the artistry of a time long gone. This blend of sentiment and fortune transforms the coin into more than currency. It becomes a symbol of luck and opportunity. Auction records and collector demand consistently demonstrate just how valuable this coin can be. Each year, as more collectors enter the market and fewer high-quality examples are available, the price climbs higher. Some examples of the 1919 quarter with exceptional preservation have sold for staggering amounts, making headlines and inspiring new generations of collectors. It is this intense competition among enthusiasts that continues to drive values upward, ensuring that the 1919 issue remains one of the most desirable quarters in existence. The fascination with this coin is not only about rarity, but also about the dream it carries. People across the world check their coin collections, old piggy banks, and inherited jars of change, hoping to uncover a forgotten treasure. The 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter is exactly the kind of find that can transform an ordinary day into an extraordinary one. For many, it represents a golden ticket, a simple silver coin that could open the door to unimaginable fortune overnight. That emotional pull makes it one of the most engaging stories in American numismatics. In the end, the 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter is more than silver, more than a collectible. It is history, art, and wealth rolled into one small, shining piece. For those lucky enough to own one, it is a true treasure, a key that links the past to the present and offers the possibility of immense riches. Whether discovered in a family heirloom collection or pursued at an auction, the coin is proof that sometimes the smallest objects can carry the largest rewards. The 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter is one of the most prized treasures in American numismatics, a coin that combines beauty, history, and staggering value all in a single piece of silver. Unlike modern coins that are mass-produced and easily found in circulation, this quarter belongs to a unique chapter of U.S. coinage, created during a time when artistry and symbolism mattered just as much as commerce. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary quarter, but to collectors and investors, it can represent unimaginable wealth. In today's market, a 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter in high-grade condition can sell for breathtaking sums, making it a true life-changing find for anyone lucky enough to own one. The design of this coin is one of the most admired in the history of U.S. coinage. Sculpted by Herman A. McNeil, The obverse features Liberty standing tall, draped in flowing robes, holding a shield to symbolize defense and an olive branch to symbolize peace. The reverse portrays a majestic eagle in flight, embodying freedom and progress. These elements make the coin not just a piece of money, but a work of art that captured the spirit of a young and growing America. Unlike the Washington quarter that would replace it in 1932, the Standing Liberty design had a short production run, and the 1920 issue stands as one of the rarer survivors from that era. What makes the 1920 Standing Liberty quarter so valuable is not just its age but its scarcity and pristine condition. Most of these coins were used in everyday commerce, passed from hand to hand, worn down in shops, streetcars, and markets. By the time collectors began realizing their worth, most had lost their original luster and fine details. Those few coins that survived in mint condition with full detail on Liberty's head and gown are considered treasures of the highest order. It is these gems that appear at auctions and command prices in the hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars, depending on grade and rarity. The emotional appeal of this coin cannot be overstated. Imagine discovering one in your collection or inheriting it from a family member without realizing its true value. What once bought bread or a train ticket could suddenly become the key to financial freedom. This sense of discovery, the thrill of holding something so small yet so powerful, is what makes the 1920 Standing Liberty quarter an unforgettable piece in the world of coin collecting. It's more than silver, it's history, fortune, and artistry rolled into one. Over the years, the market for these coins has only grown stronger. Collectors are always searching for examples with sharp detail, natural shine, and minimal wear, and the demand for such coins drives prices higher with every passing year. Auction houses often feature stories of record-breaking sales where determined bidders push prices beyond expectations. The rarity of these coins ensures that their value will never diminish, making them not only beautiful to own but also a secure and appreciating investment. For everyday people, the 1920 Standing Liberty quarter represents a dream, a reminder that extraordinary treasures can sometimes hide in ordinary places. Old piggy banks, inherited coin jars, or forgot collections can contain surprises that may transform an ordinary day into one of life's most exciting moments. The possibility of owning a coin worth millions adds an irresistible layer of excitement and keeps the legend of the Standing Liberty quarter alive. Ultimately, the 1920 Standing Liberty quarter stands as a timeless symbol of America's past and a beacon of potential wealth for the present. Its legacy is written not just in silver but in the dreams it inspires. It teaches us that even the smallest, most overlooked objects can hold immeasurable value. To own one is to hold a key to both history and fortune, a reminder that unimaginable wealth can be found in the most unexpected of places, waiting only to be discovered by those with the eyes to see its true worth. Would you like me to also craft a short, powerful welcome intro for a YouTube video on the 1920 Standing Liberty quarter? Something that instantly hooks viewers before diving into these detailed paragraphs. The 1929 Standing Liberty quarter is one of those rare coins that continues to fascinate collectors and investors alike, not only because of its artistic design but also because of its potential to unlock unimaginable wealth. At first glance, it may seem like just another silver quarter from the early 20th century, but in reality, this coin stands at the intersection of beauty, scarcity, and value. Struck during the final years of the Standing Liberty design, the 1929 issue carries a deep historical significance and represents the end of an era just before the devastating Great Depression would reshape America. For those who come across this coin today, it can mean more than just history. It can mean a sudden fortune worth millions in the right condition. Designed by Herman A. McNeil, the Standing Liberty quarter is considered one of the most beautiful coins ever produced by the United States Mint. The obverse depicts Liberty standing confidently, a shield in one hand to symbolize defense and an olive branch in the other as a sign of peace. The reverse features an eagle in mid-flight, capturing the spirit of freedom and progress. By 1929, the design had already gone through several modifications, but the artistry and symbolism remained unmatched. This makes the 1929 issue especially valuable to collectors, as it represents one of the last years this iconic design was struck before the Washington quarter replaced it in 1932. Scarcity is what transforms the 1929 Standing Liberty quarter from an ordinary coin into a priceless treasure. The majority of these quarters were heavily circulated, used in daily commerce to pay for groceries, transportation, or other necessities. As a result, most surviving coins show significant wear, with fine details on Liberty's gown and face nearly erased. Those that somehow avoided circulation and remain in mint condition are the ones that command staggering prices at auction. A pristine example with sharp details and full head definition is so rare that collectors are willing to bid incredible amounts to secure it. What makes the story of this coin even more powerful is the emotional connection it creates. Imagine discovering a 1929 standing Liberty quarter tucked away in an old piggy bank, passed down through family, or hidden in a box of forgotten change. That single coin, once worth just 25 cents, could suddenly become your golden ticket to financial freedom. The thrill of realizing its true worth transforms an ordinary object into a life-changing discovery. And that is the kind of emotional spark that makes the 1929 issue legendary. The coin market has consistently proven that the 1929 standing Liberty quarter is a star among collectibles. Auction houses across the world have seen these coins sell for incredible figures, with bidders competing fiercely for high-grade examples. Each year, as demand grows and supply dwindles, the value of this coin climbs even higher. Its reputation as one of the most desirable quarters in U.S. history ensures that it will always hold a special place in the hearts of collectors and investors alike. For everyday people, the lesson is simple: never overlook the coins you already have. The 1929 standing Liberty quarter is a reminder that life-changing fortune could be sitting unnoticed in a drawer, an old savings jar, or a collection passed down through generations. While most people see only small change, collectors know the truth: within these coins lies the potential for extraordinary wealth. It is the possibility of turning the ordinary into the extraordinary that keeps the excitement alive. Ultimately, the 1929 standing Liberty quarter is far more than a coin. It is history, art, and wealth fused into one timeless piece of silver. Its beauty tells the story of America's past, its rarity drives its immense value, and its presence in a collection offers the dream of sudden prosperity. Owning such a coin is like holding a piece of the nation's heritage that could, at the same time, open the door to unimaginable riches. It stands as proof that sometimes the smallest treasures can carry the greatest rewards, waiting quietly to change a life forever. The year 1930 holds a special place in American coinage history, especially when we talk about the standing Liberty quarter and its transition toward the Washington quarter. For collectors, this year represents not just another date on a coin, but the final chapter of a design era that carried so much artistic value and patriotic symbolism. The 1930 standing Liberty quarter in particular is highly sought after by collectors due to its limited mintage and the historical significance of being one of the last struck before the Washington quarter was introduced in 1932. This rarity alone makes it one of the most expensive coins from the series, and a treasure worth searching for in collections, coin rolls, or even old piggy banks that might still hide these forgotten gems. When you think about the standing Liberty quarter, you're not just holding a piece of silver, but a piece of American identity. Designed by Herman A. McNeil, the coin symbolizes freedom, strength, and resilience, showing liberty in a protective stance. The 1930 issue marks the end of this beloved design before the bicentennial celebrations of George Washington's birth introduced the new Washington quarter. That historical crossover adds an emotional and financial weight to the coin's existence, making it an irresistible target for serious numismatists. Owning a 1930 standing Liberty quarter is like holding a piece of history that bridges two important American coinage eras. Rarity is what drives value, and the 1930 standing Liberty quarter delivers it in abundance. With a relatively low mintage compared to earlier years, surviving examples in high grades are few and far between. Circulated coins do appear in collections, but what truly commands life-changing money are the uncirculated or mint state specimens. These rare survivors can reach values that soar into hundreds of thousands of dollars, and with the right condition and rarity factors, some are even appraised at over $1 million in today's booming coin market. This is why many collectors consider the 1930 quarter a dream find, one that can change fortunes overnight. Beyond condition, the coin's historical symbolism adds to its immense desirability. In 1930, America was at the brink of the Great Depression, a time when money was scarce, and yet these silver quarters circulated as everyday change. The thought that a coin once used to buy bread or milk could now be worth unimaginable wealth gives it a sense of mystery and magic. Collectors don't just see silver and rarity, they see the story of a nation etched into every detail. This storytelling element amplifies its market value because people are not just investing in a coin, they are investing in an emotional connection to America's past. The Washington quarter, introduced 2 years later in 1932, may have become the long-lasting face of U.S. quarters, but the final years of the standing Liberty quarter hold unmatched charm. Because the design was retired suddenly, many did not preserve these coins at the time, which explains why original, well-preserved pieces are so scarce today. The 1930 edition, as the last of its kind before the shift, has become a symbol of endings and new beginnings in American coinage. Collectors know that once these pieces disappear into permanent collections, the chances of finding one diminish drastically, pushing their value even higher as time goes on. For anyone passionate about rare coins, the idea of stumbling upon a 1930 standing Liberty quarter is nothing short of thrilling. It could be sitting unnoticed in an old drawer, resting inside a forgotten jar of coins, or waiting at the bottom of a collection inherited from a grandparent. This possibility keeps collectors motivated because the discovery of such a coin could be life-changing. The financial payoff is enormous, but so is the pride of knowing you hold something that has survived nearly a century and remains as powerful in value as it does in symbolism. In today's coin market, where rare finds consistently break auction records, the 1930 standing Liberty quarter stands out as one of the crown jewels. Its combination of beauty, rarity, and history ensures that demand will never fade. If you are lucky enough to own one, don't rush to sell it cheaply, as its true worth could secure a lifetime of wealth. This coin is not just a collector's piece. It's a ticket to unimaginable fortune and a timeless reminder that treasures often hide in the most ordinary places. Checking your old change, piggy banks, or inherited collections could reveal more than just silver. It could reveal the key to riches beyond imagination.